Welcome to the Virginia Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Officers Virtual College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event today. We have some great schools joining us, and very quickly, my name is Christopher, and I will be your facilitator for this session. Before we get started with our presentation, just a few quick housekeeping items to go over. The first is that your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists will not be able to see or hear you. And also, attendees are welcome and certainly encouraged to ask questions to any of the panelists at any time utilizing the Q&A feature. You can pose your question to a specific panelist, or you can ask a general question to any and all of the panelists. Also, there is one other block of sessions today, so if you haven't signed up for those yet, please do feel free to do so. And just a reminder, a recording of the session will be available at the strivescan.com/Virginia website. Without further ado, I'd like to go ahead and turn it over to our panelists. And up first today, we're going to hear from the University of Mary Washington.
Hello, everyone. Just give me one moment to get my presentation pulled up here. My name is Amanda Harper.
Amanda, you went on mute there. Okay, you're good now. We can hear you.
Okay, perfect.
Seems to be putting you on mute when you go to share your screen for some reason.
I'm not really sure why that's happening. Just give me 1 second. Okay. We're going to try this. Okay, can you see that and still hear me?
Yep, you're good.
Perfect. Okay, sorry about that. My name is Amanda Hart. I am one of the assistant directors for admission here at Mary Washington. We are a small public liberal arts school, so we kind of have the best of both worlds. We are a small undergraduate campus of about 4,100 undergraduate students. We also have a couple hundred graduate students, but they're located about 20 minutes away on our Stafford campus. So everything that you'll see and hear about on our Fredericksburg campus is exclusively for undergraduate students. Our faculty and staff work on our campus because they want to work with undergraduate students, and undergraduate education is our main focus. We have a really, really great location in Fredericksburg. We are halfway in between Washington, D.C. and Richmond. And so that means that our students have access to everything that our national capital as well as our state capital has to offer. It takes about an hour to get into either city, but we do have train access to Washington, D.C., as well as most of the East Coast through Amtrak, and also the Virginia Commuter Rail, the VRE, that runs from Fredericksburg into Northern Virginia and into D.C. So it makes it super accessible for all of the things that both of those cities has to offer. Diving into kind of our classroom experience, we have a student to faculty ratio of 13:1 with an average class size of 19. So it's pretty small, similar if not smaller than what most students are experiencing in their high schools. So you're really going to get to know the other students that are in your classes, and you're really going to get to know your faculty as well. Our faculty and staff want to know you as individuals, both in and out of the classroom. And so I always tell students that if you want to go to school and just keep your head down and not have anybody be in your business, we're not going to be a good fit for you, because our students and faculty and staff are all really interconnected and all really get to know one another. We also have an experiential learning component to our curriculum. We think that it's really important that students get outside of the classroom and start applying what they're learning to real world scenarios. And so one of the things that you can do for that experiential learning is undergraduate research. We have over $750,000 set aside every year to support undergraduate research, and you can do it for credit both in and out of your major. And so it's something that we really support both in terms of space and relationships as well as financially. Some other things that you can do to fulfill that are studying abroad. We have 3 different types of study abroad at Mary Washington, with over a third of our students participating in a study abroad program during their time with us. You can also do an internship. Most of those live in our Center for Career and Professional Development, where they will help students from the very first days that they're thinking about career readiness and internships. They'll help you narrow down your search. They've got a giant database that they maintain. They will help you write your resume. They will do mock job interviews with you so that you feel comfortable and confident at every step of that process. The last thing that you can do to fulfill your experiential learning is to do a service learning course. Those are taught all across the university. Service and civic engagement are things that are really important to us here at Mary Washington and that our students are very involved in. So they're pretty popular classes, and they're simply just classes where the faculty members have partnered with a local community-based organization to get students out of the classroom and giving back to our local community while enhancing their learning. As for student life, we have over 150 different clubs and organizations on our campus. We have just about everything that you can imagine, but we also make it pretty easy to start clubs if there is something particular that you're looking for that we don't currently offer. For example, over the weekend, our lightsaber club had a laser battle in one of our gymnasiums, but we also have clubs that are focused on community service, ones that are focused on professional development, as well as ones that are just for fun. We are in Division 3 in the Coast to Coast Conference of the NCAA. We also have club and intramural sports, so there's a little bit of something for everyone on our campus if you're looking to get out there and do some athletics. Not sure why that happened. Okay. All right, so if you're looking to contact us, we are always available to you. We are available by phone or email. Find us on social media. We're at Mary Wash on most social media sites, but we would also love to get a visit from you. We are open for tours 5 days a week, and also on Saturdays. We have tours at 10:30 and 2 o'clock during the week, as well as 9:30 and 11 on Saturdays. So we would love to have you come see us and see all of the things that Mary Washington has to offer. I will also put my personal contact information in the chat so that if you want to ask questions or learn more about us, you have the opportunity to do so. And thank you all for being here with us today.
Thank you very much, Mary Washington. And to anybody who just joined us, please do feel free to send through any questions you may have to any of the institutions utilizing the Q&A feature. But up next, we're going to hear from Randolph-Macon College.
All right, thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and screen share. See that, Christopher?
Yes, looks good.
Thank you so much. Okay, so my name is Kellen Moody. I'm an Associate Director of Admissions here at Randolph-Macon, also a graduate of the college. I'm just going to do a quick, good overview about Randolph-Macon. All right, so we are just kind of right down the road from Mary Washington, right down 95. You can kind of see there that in that picture, that diagram, the starred location is us. So we do have a really nice centralized location within the state with DC, our nation's capital, and Richmond, Virginia, our state's capital, bookending us, which is really nice for professional development and internship opportunities. Randolph-Macon, we were founded in 1830, actually in Boynton, Virginia, on the line of Virginia and North Carolina. We moved up to Ashland, Virginia in 1868, where we reside now. We are actually just over 1,600 students, which is an update from what you see there on the slide. A breakdown about that, we are 53-47 female-male ratio, and we are about 78-22 in-state versus out-of-state. Of our out-of-state students, we are pulling from 30 different states and 20 different nations. So we do have a really nice, well-rounded student body with students coming from all over, and we do have 23% of our students that identify as racially diverse. A little bit about our academics. We have over 50 majors, minors, pre-professional programs, lots of things to choose from. We see a trend in a lot of students deciding to double major or double minor. That's definitely manageable and option for you. A little bit about our classroom. Our average class size is about 16. Our student faculty ratio is 11:1. So we also like to keep to those small class sizes as well. One of the popular academic areas for us is our study abroad. As you can see there, 35% of our students are deciding to study abroad at some point, if not multiple times during their time at Randolph-Macon. And that's in large part because we do run on a 4-1-4 calendar system. You may be familiar with this. Having looked at some other schools, we are one of the few schools in the state of Virginia that offers this. But essentially, we have 3 semesters each year as opposed to the traditional 2. So 4 months in the fall semester, 4 months in the spring semester, and then a 1-month semester in between, which is always during the month of January. We refer to it as our January term, or J term for short. And this opens up a few different options for our students that we don't necessarily offer in the fall and spring semester. One of those, the most popular option, is a study abroad course. The other 2 options you can do during the January term is an on-campus intensive study or an internship during that time. A little bit about our life on campus. We have over 100 clubs and organizations to get involved in, 13 great organizations available. Being a school of our size, you really can really get to get involved and not just participate, but actually hold leadership positions, different things like that. We have a really active, engaged student body on our campus, in large part because we are 90% residential, guaranteed housing all 4 years. So most students are living on campus all 4 years, which is why we have 14 residence hall options to choose from during your time there. And then we do also have 18 varsity sports, men's and women's, as well as 2 club sports, cheer and dance team, as well as an equestrian team, which both compete very successfully at the collegiate level. For our varsity sports, we are NCAA Division III athletics in the Old Dominion Athletic Conference. If you're interested in applying, you can do that through 2 ways. We are members of the Common Application if you're planning on doing that already for your other schools, but we do also have an application you can access directly through our website. We really don't have a preference. We get the same information either way. You can see there are dates and deadlines for application if you decide to do early action and regular decision. One thing I will add that this year for the first time we are offering early decision, which the deadline to apply for that is November 1st, and you'll hear decision back from us by November 15th. Here's what we're looking for in the application. The one thing I will note here is that we are test optional for this year. So if you have taken the test and you'd like to submit it, you can. That would be great. If not, though, it is not required for you to do. We have a fantastic merit-based scholarship award. 3 of those are listed here. You're automatically considered for all of our scholarships when you apply, so you don't have to do anything extra. And then on the flip side of that, from merit-based, we do have need-based aid. So we encourage all of our families to fill out the FAFSA. All of this we can help you through once you get through the initial application process. And of course, we'd love for you to continue connecting with us. If you haven't joined us on social media, please do that. We do offer virtual and in-person options throughout this year. Our office is open for visitors Monday through Saturday. And of course, I'd love for you to connect with me. If you are joining today from Henrico County or Richmond City, Virginia, as well as Texas, I am the counselor for those areas. So feel free to reach out to me, but anyone else, if you have questions, reach out to me as well. That's all I have. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you very much, Randolph-Macon. Up next, we're going to move to Radford University, Carilion.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sarah Wambe, and I am the Director of Admissions for Radford University, Carilion. We were founded in 1911 as the Lewis Gale School of Nursing. Radford University, Carilion has been educating healthcare professionals in the Roanoke Valley for over 100 years. We are Virginia's first hospital-affiliated college, and we are the top producers of health profession graduates in Southwest Virginia, and top 10 for the Commonwealth. Our total student population is around 1,000 students on our campus. Here, students are provided with rigorous real-world learning environment at one of the most forward-thinking academic health centers in the nation. Radford University and Carilion Clinic have created a private-public partnership that gives students access to state-of-the-art facilities, access to practicing clinicians, and clinical opportunities within our campus facility. Radford University Carilion is the health science campus to Radford University. Our students are part of the entire Radford community and have access to clubs, classes, and activities on both campuses. Our physical location is in Roanoke, Virginia, a city of 100,000 framed by the mountains of Virginia's Blue Ridge. The area offers over 600 miles of trails for those looking for outdoor adventure. Within walking distance from campus, students can find a lively downtown with museums, restaurants, shopping, and nightlife. The campus is located inside of Carilion Community Hospital. Yes, inside an actual hospital in the heart of downtown Roanoke. The city provides ample opportunities for recreation as well as unique internships. So I list here on the screen for you all the programs that Radford University Carilion can offer you, everything from certificate and associate programs all the way up to doctoral. But I do want to highlight some of our most popular programs. Our biomedical science program prepares students for professional schools, medical, dental, veterinary, and offers 2 semesters of cadaver-based human growth anatomy. If interested in pursuing the physician's assistant program, we offer 7 interview spots specifically for RUC graduates. Our emergency services program is one of 13 programs in the nation. You have the opportunity for over 1,000 hours of patient care experience, and we offer 100% career placement at the time of graduation. Our medical laboratory science program offers clinical rotations in a level 1 trauma center. Graduates pursue jobs in immunology, test development, and clinical consulting. Our most popular major is most definitely nursing. We offer 2 paths, a traditional and accelerated, all which lead to the Bachelor's of Science in Nursing. Our programs are direct admit, and we have an affiliation with Carilion Clinic, which provides a wide range of clinical experiences. The program offers over 550 hours of clinical experience and has the highest first-time NCLEX pass rate in the state. Our public health program is set to improve community health and wellness through education, advocacy, and service. At the time of graduation, you are eligible for a certified health education specialist credentialing. And finally, our respiratory therapy program offers a blend of classroom, laboratory, and clinical experiences using modern equipment and simulation labs. Graduates work in acute care facilities, sleep labs, and home health. This program also offers 100% career placement. A little bit about our requirements. Each major, because we're direct admit, does have a different GPA requirement. So if you have questions about any of the programs, please feel free to reach out. But for the most part, we are looking for our freshman students, 4 units of English, 2 units of math, and 2 lab sciences. And they do have to be lab. We are test optional for the SAT and ACT. Our general admission, though, does bend anywhere from a 2.5 GPA all the way up to a 3.0, with our average freshman GPA for the fall of 21 being a 3.6. So we have very academically motivated students. And I also like to say RUC and Radford have 2 separate applications. So you do need to apply specifically for Radford University Carilion. Students come to RUC for many reasons: high quality healthcare education, top faculty, small class size, state-of-the-art labs. But what they also find is rich culture, active lifestyle, and people passionate about what they love to do, whether it's in the operating room or on the Appalachian Trail. We offer clubs and organizations such as the American Medical Student Association and the Student Nursing Association. We also offer study abroad. This includes opportunities to do your clinicals in places like Italy or even Colombia. Housing is not required for our students, but we do offer luxurious apartments at the historic Patrick Henry building, a newly remodeled Art Deco style facility across the street from campus. As a resident in the Patrick Henry, you'll have access to a fitness center, on-site meal delivery, and private food level vendors on the ground level. Our application is currently open. It is free. You are welcome to scan that QR code to apply today. We are accepting applications for spring, summer, and of course, fall. We are open for both in-person and virtual visits and have an open house on November 6th. We welcome you to visit RUC and see exactly what it feels like to go to school inside a working hospital. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Radford University, Carilion. Up next, we're going to hear from the University of Virginia.
Hi, yes, thank you. My name is Brooke Quackenbush, and I am an admission counselor here in our office. I am going to go ahead and share my screen with you all. So yes, I work for the University of Virginia, located in Central Virginia in a city called Charlottesville. And Charlottesville is nestled in the foothills of the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains, which you can see in the back of your screen here. So if you are interested in outdoor activities, there is a lot to be done here in Charlottesville. There's a lot of other things going on in Charlottesville as well. Charlottesville is located about 2.5 hours south of Washington, D.C., and an hour west of Richmond. And so many of our students are able to take advantage of those cities for activities just to do in their free time, but also for internships as well, which I will talk about in just a little bit. So UVA is a mid-sized research institution, and the majority of our student body is made up of our undergraduate students. Because of this, our undergraduate students are able to get involved in the faculty-led research being done here at UVA as early as their first year, if that's something that they are interested in. Another really important part of the experience at UVA is collaborative learning. So as a university, we make sure that we maintain manageable class sizes so that students are able to work closely with not only their peers, but their professors as well. Another thing about being a mid-sized institution that is nice is that we are also able to offer all of the same resources that larger universities are able to have. We are also a public state institution, and we do have an agreement with the state of Virginia that 2/3 of our undergraduate student body will be made up of Virginia residents. Because of this, we do have different offer rates for in-state and out-of-state. So that in-state offer rate last year was about 29%, and that out-of-state offer rate was about 17%. So I use this slide to talk to you all about student life, since that is a very important part of your experience as an undergraduate student. So at UVA, there are over 1,000 student-run clubs and organizations, and they are all entirely student-run. We believe in student self-governance here, so organizations are not required to have staff or faculty advisors. So it is the students who are really engaged in these organizations and making the decisions for their activities. Because of student self-governance, students are really encouraged to enact any changes that they want to see at the university level as well. Another statistic on here that I would like to talk about is our research. So 2/3 of our students do engage in research each year. And as I mentioned earlier, students can get involved in research as early as their first year if they would like. 70% of our students conduct an internship at some point in time, and those internships are done in any major city in the United States. Many students will do internships in Washington, D.C. or Richmond due to proximity, and there are internships in Charlottesville as well for students who do not want to travel for an internship. Many of our students do also study abroad in a normal year, and in a normal year, about 1/3 of our students do engage in study abroad. And we have many programs to choose from, but if there is not a program that matches your major or career interests perfectly, our Education Abroad office will work with you to set one up. And the rule of thumb is that we will send our students anywhere where it is safe to go. So UVA has 9 schools, and all of them have top ranking programs. So when you apply to UVA, you know you're going to get a fantastic education. We are a Common App school, so if you are applying, you will apply entirely through the Common Application. And we do not ask that first year applicants declare a major when they apply, but we do ask that they choose one of the 5 school options listed on the left side of the screen. If you are interested in one of our upper division options listed on the right side of the screen, you should apply as a first-year applicant to the College of Arts and Sciences. And then at the end of your first or second year, you would apply to or move into the upper division option that you are interested in. If you do want to learn more about our application, I recommend viewing one of our virtual information sessions. And we are also hosting in-person tours, and you can find information on both of those things on our website. So we are one of only 2 public institutions with the ability to be both need blind and meet 100% of demonstrated financial need. When I say that we are need blind, that just means when we make our admissions decisions, it's based solely on academic merit. So we have no idea how much aid you may or may not need. If you want to apply for financial aid, you should fill out the FAFSA and the CSS profile, include UVA in your list, and then our Student Financial Services Office will put together a package of scholarships, grants, work study, and capped low interest loans that meet 100% of your demonstrated financial need. This is the last page that I will leave you on. This has our contact information. If you have any questions that we are not able to get to today, feel free to give our office a call or send us an email. And if you would like to get in touch with current students, you can send an email to that virginiaambassadors@gmail.com email address. The ambassadors are a student organization here at UVA, and they work with our office to answer your questions in regards to student life and just the student experience in general. And with that, I will go ahead and stop screen share, but thank you all for joining.
Thank you very much, UVA. As we move into our final 2 presentations, just a reminder to the attendees to keep those questions coming through the Q&A. We only have a few minutes left over at the end, so if you do have questions, please do feel free to pose them now. But up next, we're going to hear from Virginia State University.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jerry Brown, and I am the Assistant Director of Recruitment at Virginia State University, and I bring you greetings from the College on the Hill. So here at Virginia State, we are a medium-sized institution. We currently have about 4,400 total students, really focusing on kind of giving you the best of both worlds there. So we're large enough to where a lot of things are happening both inside and outside of the classroom, very thriving campus community, but also small enough that your average class size is going to be about 20 students. So you're going to know your fellow classmates, your professors and faculty members are going to know who you are. As you're walking across campus, they're going to be able to meet you and greet you, and you might need to talk about just what's happening around campus that week, or you might talk about the upcoming homecoming game. And we are located in Ettrick, Virginia, which is a little small town about 20 minutes south of Richmond. So definitely giving you kind of that college town feel, but also in the breast of being near an urban area. So we currently have 17 different Division II athletics teams, and we do compete in the CIAA, which is a regionally based athletics conference. Our student athletes are really doing really well, both inside the classrooms as well as in the courts and fields. And these sports range from all of the major sports, including men's and women's basketball, football, baseball, softball, to our world-renowned cheerleading team, which is also known as the Woo Woos around campus and locally. We currently have over 90 different clubs and organizations. So these can range from your spiritual life groups. You may be a great singer and decide to join our gospel choir, or you might decide to start your own club or organization, which that is very easy to do as well. And we do have a very thriving Greek life or in Greek organizations on our campus, as well as we give you the chance to study abroad. So that could be for a few weeks, it might be a semester, or it could be a year-long program, completely working with you to kind of decide what is the best fit in that best program for you. We currently have about 50 different academic programs. So those include our undergraduate, as well as some graduate and certificate level programs spread across these 6 different academic colleges. Our most popular programs include our business programs. So that might be in marketing or management, as well as for our students who are interested in engineering, and maybe you want to be one of our mass communications students. We do have a world-renowned College of Agriculture, as well as we were founded as a land grant institution. So agriculture has been near and dear to our heart since our very founding. So here you will see the tuition numbers. This does not include our room and board numbers, but this just gives you a good idea of what our direct tuition costs are. So for our in-state students, that is about $9,100. And for our out-of-state students, that is about $20,909. And we really do work with our students to make college as affordable as possible. So I rarely see a student who will ever have a bill that just says, oh, yep, this is the amount that you're going to pay, and we don't have any way of giving you a possible scholarship or working with you to make that as affordable as we can for you. So you'll see some of our student statistics here. I know that was a popular question in the Q&A earlier. So you'll see our average GPA is about a 2.9. So that strong, really B student. We really are not as concerned with your GPA as we are with the courses that you're taking and if you're doing well in them. So it is important to say, oh, well, I might be a little above that average. Oh, I might not meet that average, but it's more important to know about what are the courses that you're taking and how you're doing in those particular areas, and are you challenging yourself in those courses? You will see our average SAT and ACT numbers there as well. However, it is important to note that we are test optional. So we do give you the opportunity to send in those test scores, but you do not have to send in those test scores for admission. This is a little bit about two of our largest merit-based scholarship programs. So you will see the Provost Scholarship as well as the Presidential Scholarship listed there. It is important to note that we will evaluate you consistently over the course of the year. So even after you're admitted, if you say you take the SAT or the ACT, or maybe your GPA goes up even more and you fall into the Presidential Scholarship range where you originally fell into the Provost Scholarship range, we will reevaluate you and continuously work to make it as affordable as possible for you. So we will continue to say, oh, your GPA is risen. Oh, you didn't slack off senior year. You did really well. Yes, this is an opportunity for us to assist you a little bit more with your costs and again, make it as affordable as we possibly can. And it's important to note that we, as I mentioned, we do automatically review you for scholarships. So no matter when you decide to apply, we will evaluate for you for those merit-based scholarships. Our application is completely free. You can take a picture of that QR code and that will give you that opportunity to check that out. We are available through our own application on our website, as well as the Common Black College application. And if you need to reach out to me, there's my contact information there. And thank you for your time today.
Thank you very much, Virginia State. And our final presentation for this session comes to us from the University of Tennessee.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Trisha Culver, and I am one of our regional admission counselors based in Nashville. I am covering today for Amanda Walk, who is your specific admission counselor in the state of Virginia. She's just unable to be available with us today, but I'm here to definitely fill you in on the University of Tennessee. So the University of Tennessee is the public flagship land-grant institution in the state of Tennessee. We are located in Knoxville, Tennessee, which is about 5 hours or so from the heart of Virginia. So it's truly like a 5-hour-ish drive or a little bit more, just depending upon where you are located in the state of Virginia. But we are also conveniently located about 15 minutes from our area airport in Knoxville. So truly our campus is pretty accessible. And it's also a really awesome place. We're very close to the Great Smoky Mountains, and the downtown Knoxville area is very fun. Some of my highlight areas are Market Square, Gay Street, and then Old City, all very walking distance to campus. So it's a great way to get a city feel, but also be very close to getting outdoors and being involved in nature with the Smoky Mountains and the Tennessee River and all of the other outdoor activities around our campus. Here's just some of kind of like our glance about UT. We are just over 24,000 undergraduate students. We have a student faculty ratio about 17 to 1, which we are extremely proud of. I think I personally feel the University of Tennessee, even though we are this large public institution, we do an amazing job at making students feel like they can make a true, smaller, intimate college experience. On our next slide, I'm going to show you our 9 academic colleges that house our 360 plus academic programs. Students truly have so much to choose from, which is really fantastic. And students can definitely compare and contrast and blend to really get all of the academic offerings that they're really hoping to achieve. We also really allow our students to have really awesome opportunities to reduce their overall cost. Well, close to 90% of our students are receiving some type of financial aid, as well as scholarships through the admission process. And truly the students' experience that they're having in being engaged in their academics and getting involved with industry leads to over 80% of our students being either full-time employed and or pursuing graduate studies upon graduation. And so here are 9 academic colleges that students can choose between. We have everything from our College of Agriculture to our College of Social Work. We are definitely nationally known for our business program, the Haslam Business College and our Haslam College of Business, excuse me, with supply chain being truly a pioneer program for us. We are also nationally known for our Tickle College of Engineering, and the College of Nursing is definitely one of our most competitive academic colleges. We are also a member of the Academic Common Market. So truly in the state of Virginia, if there is a program that's not being offered, simply check out our website as well as the Academic Common Market website. And if you are finding that you are interested in an eligible program, you could qualify for in-state tuition rates through the Academic Common Market. At the end of the presentation, I'm going to supply you with Amanda's contact information. If you truly have more questions about eligibility for the Academic Common Market or specific programs that are being available to our students from the state of Virginia, please definitely reach out to her to continue that conversation. Overall, the student experience at UT is unbelievable. It is no better time to be a Vol. We love cheering on our athletic teams, which we are NCAA Division I. We took a big hit with our loss to Florida last night, but it was still a really amazing game. We love celebrating our Big Orange Spirit and Smokey and all of our students getting involved across campus. And so we have 60 plus academic programs for students, or not academic programs, but clubs and organizations for students to get involved in. Study abroad opportunities, Greek life, sororities and fraternities, study abroad. Yeah, we have a whole bunch for students to get involved in. And so their academic experience is also truly impacted with what they're getting involved in outside of the classroom too, which just makes it really fun. We definitely encourage all of our students to come and visit us. We are currently open for on-campus in-person tours and events. We actually just had our first Big Orange preview for the fall this past weekend. Excuse me, we also have another one coming up at the end of October, and we also have some out-of-state student events throughout the month of October as well. So simply just go to our visit.utk.edu website to check out those events. And definitely for any juniors and seniors, come visit campus so you can truly and feel what it's like to be a volunteer for sure, and definitely to be able to check out the Knoxville area. Some important dates that I'd love to fill you in on is our admission deadlines. Our November 1st is an early action deadline. So early action is the early admissions decision plan that's non-binding. So truly just get your application in by November 1st and you'll have your decision by the middle of December. If you were a student thinking that you want to keep your application a little bit more time on your application, just simply get your application in by December 15th and you'll have your decision by middle of February. And Chris is up on the screen. So I will lastly leave you with Amanda's contact information. There's definitely way more to go in depth with in regards to the admissions process. So please work with Amanda and reach out to her if you have those specific admission questions. And I will be around for the next couple of moments to answer any other final questions. Awesome. Thanks, y'all. Go Vols.
Thank you very much, University of Tennessee, and thank you to all of our panelists today for your great presentations. We do have a little time remaining, so attendees, if you do have additional questions, please do feel free to send them through the Q&A. Panelists, if I could ask you to turn your videos back on, and we'll do one quick round of questions ourselves. So I pose the following question to you. What piece of advice do you have for someone going through the college search process? Why don't we go in that same order? So we'll start with Mary Washington.
Yeah, hi everyone. So I think the biggest piece of advice I always give to students when they're going through the search process is to really take some time and do some self-reflection in order to first of all, come through authentically on your application, and to also have schools on your list that are going to be a good fit for you. You have to know who you are and what you're looking for in a school. And so I really advise students to take some time and to really think about who they are and what environment they think they might thrive in, what their strengths are, what kind of supports they think they need, because that's going to help guide you, and that is going to make this process all the more authentic and all the more easier for you on your end.
Great. And I would just say, as you go, through your college search process, obviously, yeah, everything Amanda said was great. In addition to that, I would say the schools that you're considering, and you probably heard this before, and you'll probably hear it again, make sure if you can try and visit those schools. Engage with the school, get on the campus if you can. If you aren't able to get on the campus, check out and see what kind of virtual options the campus is offering through the admissions office. Get to know them as best you can. And that will allow you to make those decisions and narrow down that list. So it's the best way for us to get to know you, but also for you to get to know us. Visit that campus, possibly even visit it again if you have narrowed down that list. And in the springtime, you just need one more look. Take another look, go back and visit again, and engage with us as much as possible. We love that.
All right, my advice is to work backwards from where you want to be. I can't tell you how many times I meet students that say, I want to be a dermatologist, or I want to go into family law. Well, you have to start at your bachelor's degree first. So you got to figure out where you want to be and then work backwards, because there's a million different paths to becoming a dermatologist or a lawyer. You don't always have to major in pre-med or in political science. So do your research, talk with us. That's what we're here for. We can find a million different paths to your end result. So be creative, think big, and never be afraid to try something new.
Yeah, everyone has had great advice. I think some other things I would add on is do not be afraid to reach out to us. In this career, we love talking to prospective students. So if you have any questions, just give us a call, send us an email. We have all shared our contact information, and we enjoy hearing from you, and we're happy to answer any of those questions. And my other piece of advice too is, in this process, keep an open mind. Even if you have one school that you think you might really want to go to, continue learning about other schools for as long as you can, because there might be a diamond out there that you haven't found yet that could be a perfect fit for you.
Yes, ditto to what all of the ladies have said in front of me, but also I always recommend making the best decision for you. So I know you have to make some decisions with your family, and you have to sit down, and they do have a stake in this, but when you sit down, really decide where are you going to be the most comfortable and the most excited about, because some days 8 o'clock comes very early and you will still have to go to class. And because your mom and then your grandma and then her grandma went to this college, probably isn't going to be the reason why you decide to get up and go to class at 8. But if you have a vested interest in that school and say, this is a course, this is something I'm really interested in, then that'll make it a little bit easier to throw your jacket on, kind of trudge through a little bit of a windy weather and get to class that day.
And I would say my biggest advice is to do your research. Really take advantage of the academic catalogs at all the institutions that you're looking at, and really kind of comparing, contrasting curriculums of the programs that you think that you're going to be interested in. Because if you don't love the classes and the types of classes you're going to be taking, you're not going to like your major. So do your research, take the time to dive into those websites, and really make sure that you're following where your interests and your passions are to really align you with an institution that's going to be that best fit for you.
Thank you very much. Thank you to all of you for your great presentations and your additional questions, fiercely answering through the chat. Attendees, you guys, it looks like, asked some good questions today. Please continue the conversations, reach out to these admissions offices and these wonderful people, and continue this conversation and get more of your questions answered. But this does bring us to the end of our session today. We want to thank all of you for joining us. Before we close out this session, just a few quick housekeeping items. The first is that when you close this window, you will receive a very quick 5-question survey that we ask that you complete to provide feedback about these sessions. Also, there is one other block of sessions today, so if you haven't signed up for that, please take a look. Some other great universities presenting in the next block. And also, a recording of this session will be available at strivescan.com/Virginia. But thank you again to everybody, and enjoy the rest of your Sundays. Have a great day.